Hello, good evening, everyone, wherever you are connecting from, where you are back again, following me on my um, Facebook page, my Instagram, LinkedIn, um, TikTok, and YouTube channels. On this session on the leadership for mainly the young people, the future leaders of mainly the continent of Africa, or also other Africans, or wherever you are coming from, or wherever you are. So you will recall that I identified 12 core values of leadership. And sorry, I'm sorry. There's something that's going on my TikTok. Yes, those on TikTok, I'm really sorry. My mic was off, but I think it's on now. So I started by saying that I am glad that those of you who follow me regularly on my Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, uh, TikTok, and YouTube channels on this Leadership Academy. It's every Sunday from 20-30 hours to 2100 hours GMT. I am here to speak to you about what I would recommend to be core values of leadership, and I chose 12 of them. So if you're joining me for the first time, the 12 core values that I identified are um, one is integrity, two is commitment, E is three is empowerment, four is a futuristic vision, five is accountability, six is decision making, seven is empathy, eight is confidence, nine is good communication, 10 is honesty, 11 is innovation, and 12 is passion. So these are the core values that I delve into. If you are looking into being a good leader, these are values that you must, develop. You must address. So I have already spoken, about integrity. I've spoken about commitment. I've spoken about empowerment, and today I am here to speak about futuristic vision. Because as a leader, regardless of whatever area you are in life, whatever you're doing, you need to be futuristic. You need to think ahead of wherever you are. Because remember, as a leader, there are followers who are behind you. There are people who look up to you. So you need to be futuristic. You need to really build up a strategy where you want to head to. And as the leader, people will now follow you to go on. So it is very important that you are futuristic. And that is the way you can succeed. And that's why you are at the very front. So today, on futuristic vision, I first want to address the issue of anticipating change. Because, when things change as a leader, you also need to change. You are not just stagnant in one position that, look, this is the way things were being done, and I will now do the same all along. A good leader doesn't do that. If you are a leader who's futuristic, you always need to anticipate change. As we know, for example, globally, there's climate change. So what the climate used to be 20 years ago, 30 years ago is not the same. So therefore, you need to adapt to changes as a good leader. So you need to be futuristic. So in anticipating change, leaders with a futuristic vision have the ability to anticipate and prepare for changes in any industry or market and the global landscape. You must have the ability to anticipate change. That, okay, this is the way things have been going. Okay, fine, it's been going well for us. And if you cannot anticipate change, then you are left behind. And you are the leader, you are the one in front who should really anticipate this. So therefore, there are good examples. I mean, because we've seen, as I said, some industries or some businesses that didn't anticipate change and they fell behind. And even some of them, they even lost business. I mean, I concentrate a lot more on business because that's really my strength. I am a leader in the business world. And there are so many companies you can name that they were market leaders, but probably whoever were leading them were not anticipating change and they were overtaken by changes. So it is very important, and I repeat this, that leaders with a futuristic vision, should have the ability to anticipate change and prepare for changes in the industry they are, or the market, or the global landscape. That is very important. The two is really, number two is, forward thinking, strategic planning. You always need to plan ahead, that you don't just do your everyday thing, what you're doing all the time, that's what you keep on. You must be forward thinking, and whilst doing this, you have to be thinking on strategic planning. You have to plan strategically. Remember, as a leader, you plan on strategies, and then you implement. That is important. So a good leader who's futuristic, need to be forward thinking and strategic planning. So these leaders, will develop and implement strategies that align with future trends, ensuring that whichever organization they are leading, remains competitive and adaptive. Because remember, we're living in a very competitive world. And in this, you must be forward thinking, develop your strategies. So whenever there is changes, you can adapt and still maintain your position. Because as a leader, there are people who are always, behind you. If you're doing something that is successful, people want to copy you. Again, a very good example, when we started real estate development in the Gambia, all of you will remember that we basically started mass housing real estate development in the Gambia way back in the late 90s. And what happened? Today, you can see so many real estate companies around, and that is normal. I mean, the competition will catch up because you're not there only in the market, so you need to be there. And then people will also realize that, for example, if it's in business that you're making money, so why not? Even in politics, if you're a good politician and you are elected to be at the top, there must be competition. You will have multiple people who are interested, who will be on after you to be in your position or overtake whatever you are doing. So therefore, it is important that you develop a forward thinking. You are a forward thinking strategic planner. That is important. Third is you have to also be ecosystem awareness. Within any ecosystem that you are, you need to be aware, because some leaders don't. And being futuristic, that's what you do. So futuristic leaders understand the interconnected nature of various systems and make decisions that consider long-term sustainability and its impact. I've said this over and over and over again. I mean, sustainability is key. So therefore, you need to understand the ecosystem that you are operating in. Whether you are in the business world, or you are within the political world, or in the religious world, whatever, you are a leader. So you need to really understand the ecosystem. So a futuristic leader understands the connected nature of various systems to make decisions that consider long-term sustainability and its impact. So this is important. So I'll advise you, all you young leaders, to make sure you do this. I mean, there are people who are now connected, on all my social media handles. What I will do at the very end, I will call out your name, and if you have questions, I will respond to them. But for now, I just want to deliver, my presentation first. And then embracing innovation. So a leader that's futuristic needs to embrace, innovation. Remember, innovation is one of the core values of leadership. But also, if you are futuristic, you need to be embracing innovation. Innovation, for example, in technology. Here I am today, I'm sitting here comfortably at home, with all my gadgets and broadcasting to the world. So wherever you are in the world, as long as you are on the World Wide Web, you have connectivity, I can interact with you. So this is innovation. 20, 30 years ago, you couldn't do this. So if you are a futuristic leader, you need to embrace innovation. And as a futuristic leader, you foster a culture of constant innovation, encouraging creative thinking, and the exploration of new ideas and technology. Again, new ideas and technology as a business leader. Those of you who follow me will realize how active I am now on social media. And I think that's one of the strengths of being a leader and being in the real estate world in the Gambia and across the continent. You'll see, some of you will see the videos that I produce, because I've realized that social media is key, that you need to embrace social media. Recently, I don't know how many of you are following the US elections. You will remember that the US government, was trying to, get the Chinese to allow Americans to buy over TikTok. They've been giving them good hard time. But I looked at Donald Trump, for example, who's the runner of the Republican Party, and he's on TikTok, and he has, I think, over 7 million followers. Pamela, what's his name? Kamala Harris, the Democratic candidate so far, is also on TikTok. But this is again, embracing innovation. Because what you used to do probably by sending through mails and other conventional communication is no more. By doing a very short, TikTok message that will take even about 30 seconds or 15 seconds can reach the whole world, billions of people. But this can only be done if you embrace innovation. So you foster a culture of constant innovation, encouraging creative thinking, and exploration of new ideas and technology. Embrace it all the time. Now, again, the fifth one is long-term goal setting. Because again, as a leader, you should not only be short-term thinking. You should not only set your goals short-term. I encourage you to have short, medium, and long-term. But if you are futuristic, definitely your ideas, whatever your planning is, need to be long-term. So futuristic leaders set ambitious, forward-looking goals that inspire and motivate the organization to strive for continuous improvement. So you are there to set all these goals, forward-looking goals, so that your followers, wherever they are, they'll be motivated and to strive for continuous improvement. You all continuously improve yourself, and that's what a leader needs to do. 6 is resilience and adaptability. In being futuristic, you must be resilient, and also you adapt. You adapt to changes. When things change, you adapt to changes. So the leaders that are futuristic, they build organizations that are resilient and adaptable, capable of withstanding and evolving through future challenges and disruptions. Challenges are inevitable. Disruptions are inevitable. But as a good leader, you will need to always be resilient and be adaptable to changes. So that's what a good leader does, especially when you are futuristic. Now, also, you need to develop talent being a futuristic leader. It is key that you always develop talent, because changes happen. Things that you were doing all the time can be different this time. So therefore, you need to be talent development. So futuristic leaders leaders with a futuristic vision prioritize the development of talent, empowering employees to acquire the skills and knowledge needed for future successes. And this, I will advise that it should be continuous. Don't just stay on your lane all the time, whatever you've been doing for decades and decades and decades, that's what you're going to do. You must always develop talent, improve yourself. If you're working within an organization, train your staff to adapt to changes. Tech. Today, the world of tech, I've said it over and over again, It's key. So you must integrate tech in all this. We've seen now through our cell phones. You're having a cell phone, and what happens? You're connected to the whole world just from your cell phone. All your banking transactions are done from your cell phone. I mean, you have now, families all over the world, and you're all connected within the group, and you see each other. That happens because you've integrated technology. Tech integration is key. In the world that I am in development, these days, in surveying the land and getting the topography, we don't use total stations anymore. Total stations, and then together with surveying instruments and so on, you fly a drone. Recently, I heard about Amazon and improving on their, drone delivery. People are flying drones and just dropping things. So imagine, rather than driving cars and the time it takes, through a drone and through your phone, you can do this. So tech must be integrated. Recently, also at TAF City, we have cameras all over the city, and it is all being monitored on a monitor by the security guards. And what is so nice about this is that it is wireless. Now, powering those cameras is done by solar. So there's a small solar panel on top of the cameras, and everywhere on my phone, I can at any one time see the view wherever those cameras are pointing. So this is done because we integrate technology when we do. So you must embrace technological advancements and integrate them into organizations, operations, positioning the company at the forefront of industry standards. Again, as I say, because I'm an entrepreneur, I focus more on industry. So it is key that you embrace technology, integrate it. The ninth one is environmental consciousness. Today, as you know, ESG is key. And what is ESG? For any company, anywhere you are as a leader, ESG is environmental, sustainability, and governance. Any project that you are doing today as a project leader, that is key. You must do an ESG. You must be ESG conscious. So the environment is key. I mean, if you're doing projects and even you want to borrow with banks now, you must do an environmental impact assessment. So they assess all how effective have you been conscious in the environment for sustainability. So futuristic leaders, prioritize environmentally sustainable practices, recognizing the importance of corporate responsibility and the long-term impact on the planet. Somebody was telling me, I read it from somewhere, that now flying around, there are a lot of turbulences. And I think the reason is because of the climate change. Because people talk about greenhouse gas release and all this stuff about the environment. And we must be conscious that we are living in a world that things are changing. I mean, the weather has been disrupted. The temperature, the heat has just gone up. Some places that never rained, like the Middle East, we're seeing floods. In some places, when the snow is melting, it's all because of the environment. So therefore, if you are a futuristic leader, you need to be environmentally conscious of the environment that we live in. The 10th is on a customer-centric approach. That's very important also. Because as a futuristic leader, you need to focus on understanding and predicting customer needs. What is it that your customer needs? And then you adapt products and services to align with future markets and demand. If you follow us again on real estate, some of the houses that we're building, we've improved. It's not the same house that we build all the time. We change depending what the needs of our clients are. I'll give you an example in Port Harcourt in Nigeria. I mean, we were building finished houses, but now we've changed because the Naira has lost value, seriously. So what we do is we try to make it affordable, and we sell carcasses. Carcasses meaning semi-finished. We build a house and then sell it so the price is affordable, and then gradually the client can finish it up. This is important. You always need to be customer-centric, so therefore, you focus on understanding and predicting your customers' needs, adapting products and services to align with the future market demands. Now, global perspectives. Remember, we are living in a global village. you don't, you have to be aware that there's huge competition. So therefore, leaders with a futuristic vision consider global implications in decision making, ensuring the organization is prepared to navigate international challenges and opportunities. Now, the 12th, again, as I'll go on risk management. So if you're futuristic, you need to be, employ proactive risk management strategies to mitigate the future uncertainties and capitalize on emerging opportunities. Opportunities all the time, especially in business. I just want to rush now because then I can now just, compliment all of you who's just connected. Again, ethical leadership in business. You need to be ethical. I mean, I'm a businessman, but ethics also in business. It's not all about money, the money that you make, the profits you make, but you need to be ethical. So, as a futuristic leader, it is important that you uphold strong ethical standards, recognizing the long-term benefits of maintaining trust and integrity within the organization. So, therefore, it is important that good standards are maintained and trust. Now, continuous learning, you need to be learning all the time. All the time you need to be learning. So you foster a culture of continuous learning and development, acknowledging the importance of ongoing education to address future requirements. That is important. So you're not stagnant, you're developing yourself all the time, your capacity, your human resources capacity, so that you can now take on challenges and continuously be learning. Finally, and really not the least, is on adaptation to digital transformation. Exactly like what we are doing now. Futuristic leaders embrace digital transformation, understanding its potential to revolutionize operations and customer experiences in the future. So these are the main things within being a futuristic leader. And now, very quickly, I think I have about 7 minutes to go. And I will just quickly go through now all of you who's been sending in messages. Maybe there are questions, and I will also just acknowledge wherever you're connected from. So I will start from the very top. I have, I think the first was Samuel, and this is on YouTube. He said, "Hi, Mr. Mustapha. I hope you are well. I am so happy to have someone like you in Africa, and you are humble. I have no words to describe you, Mr. Mustapha. I am very inspired in everything you do." Thank you very much, Samuel. Serigne Abdou Njarmeu says, "Me Maker," whatever that means. He's on Facebook. Sira Kumbasi say, send some emoji that I cannot understand. But thank you very much. Sounds like a compliment. Then I have Baba Sise on Facebook says, "Thank you so much, Uncle." Samuel again comes back and say, "What should be considered when signing a contract with government of land?" And there are many things you need to consider. You need to understand your product and many more things. There's not a specific thing I can advise you, but really understand exactly what the clauses and conditions that you are signing and what your responsibilities are. Because when you sign a contract, the responsibility of two parties. It's the client who signs up or the employer, and then yourself, So therefore, you need to really understand the game very well. And then Ajibintu Fai is my niece, and says, "This one is going to be my favorite one, Futuristic Vision." Thank you very much, Ajibintu. Give my regards to my sister. And then I have Prince Akoy Zuba. "Thanks for the teachings. Do you have plans to extend your projects to Liberia?" Yes, the answer is yes. Liberia, we are coming. Get ready for us. Inshallah, before the end of the year, we should be in Liberia. Now, then Samuel again on YouTube says, under structure as clean water, moisture leaving the house lamp. I don't know what that means. And then Tanyun Jalla on Facebook says, "I'm Tamu Jalla from Liberia. That I need your help to attend the TAF Leadership Academy to help change the narratives in my homeland. Please, Dad." Well, attending the TAF Leadership Academy is online, and you are doing that now. So if you have anybody who wants to learn from this, please join us. Share this with them so they will learn from it. Now, Samuel again says, "Who will cover the cost when you build roads?" I mean, the client, I mean, the government. Roads is a public asset, so therefore government should cover the cost. When the work is finished and the people start setting in the area, management of the area, securing area, keeping the area, clean household, anyway, I'll pass that one. Thank you very much, Jeng Sala Yego. She says, mashallah, and that's on Facebook. And then Samuel comes back again on YouTube. Do those who buy the house have any other expenses beside the purchase fees if they pay monthly or annually? If you're talking about our development now, there's a service charge, but this is not about marketing our products. But please contact our marketing team. They are on 776-2333 or info@tafafricaglobal.com. Mustapha Conte says, I have a question. So Mustapha, fire your question. There's no problem. And then Samuel come, what is your role in the position after you have done the project? Samuel is really concentrating on projects. I mean, please contact us and we'll now give you details on every project that we're doing. Khadija Jawa says, good evening, Uncle Taf. Thank you for taking time in educating us, for sharing your knowledge. God bless you. Thanks so much, Khadija, for the compliments. And then Jel Pogo Bolibol Boget says, I'm watching from Jerusalem. Somebody's watching from Jerusalem. Thank you very much for connecting. And then Namunde Jebo Kathy, watching from Namibia. Thank you so much. Ajibintu Fire again, claps. So thank you so much, much appreciated. And then Samuel says, I am inexorably grateful for the bottom of my heart for all that you are doing, running and contributing to our Africa, for being a great teacher to me and making me change my mindset and thinking. You're welcome, Samuel. The only thing I can say is thank you, Mr. Mustapha. Thank you. Sira Kumbasise, I believe most of us are motivated and will actually want to start, but sometimes it's very hard to get partners financially engaged in order to kick. But anyway, this is about leadership values. So please get onto it. BM Marong, we are learning from you. You are just an icon and visionary leader. Thank you very much. Alaji Fai says, thank you very much, Taf. Kali M. Samura, I am watching from Kabbalah, Koinadugu in Sierra Leone. Thank you. Frederick de Guillain is watching from Belgium. Very interesting as a future Gambian business owner. Mohammed Bari says, Uncle Taf, are you proud of, we are proud of you. Thank you for taking your time to put we, the young ones, through. Elijah Fai says, thanks for your leadership lecture. And then this guy comes again, Mr. Baggett, and Jel Baggett says, Mr. Mustapha, we are really appreciated that you always and you have a great lecture to educate ourselves. Thanks you for the compliments. And then Chukwumeka Okuruma says, insightful session, Mr. Taf. Oli Bob says, much appreciated. Keba Bojang, thanks, Mr. Taf. Clear presentation, so much. Learn these sessions. I urge people to take note. Thanks so much. Now, time. We have 1 minute, and it says, Albert de Grasse says, thank you very much for the teaching. Mohammed Bari says, Uncle Taf, what are key factors satisfying your clients when having business with them? Thank you so much, all of you. Says Surgeon John says on Facebook, a Nigerian joining, a Nigerian, I want to start a civil engineering school in Gambia. Go ahead. El Malik Dabah, my man, says, thank you, Mr. Mustapha Njie TAF, for always inspiring the next generation of leaders. Thank you, Dabah. And then Lamur Lamin says, I'm grateful. And then now let's go on to TikTok now. I have quite a number of people on TikTok. Let me just see what they say here. More likes, more attract more likes. Let me see quickly. On TikTok. Hello, Jula Musa said so. He said hello, Dad. Mana Estate Services joined. And then Uncle Taf is my in-law who says that somebody, Kadi Jai. And then I hear planning and leaders as I was talking about management. And then you are the best uncle, true role model. Thank you so much. And then he's speaking on core leadership in kind. Thank you so much, guys. And here we are on, let me see. I am taking notes. My lecturer has been arguing, my lecturer has been arguing with me on the topic leaders are born, not made. Please, can I have your, well, my opinion? I think both. I mean, you know, you can be born a leader, but also you have to be coached and develop yourself. So you can be made. I mean, that's a debate for another day. And then Mr. Njai, let me see questions again. People have shared the live. And, you know, we have 65 people who are connected on TikTok. I really appreciate all of you. That's the problem. Many businesses lack skills. Thank you very much. You know, quite a number of them. But guys, it's 2 minutes after 9, as I always promise. I mean, I want to, you know, cut off at 9 o'clock. Let me see. What's your opinion on AI? Somebody says, who's that? Alpha Sumari says, let me see. What does it say? Alpha, let's put that up. What's my opinion on AI? What's your opinion on AI and how does it help you and your daily activities? AI is here to stay, artificial intelligence, and it helps me a lot. You know, these days, as you know, anything that you want to know, before we used to go onto Google. But today you type something on AI, it's as if you are conversing with somebody who's like your encyclopedia. So I would really encourage young leaders, you know, or even old leaders to adapt and go into AI, understand what artificial intelligence does. I mean, even like drafting now letters and speeches and anything that you want in the world today, AI is here to stay. So you need to embrace it. It's really disrupting the world. So I am a supporter of technology, and I would encourage you to embrace AI. So, guys, let me now go. I have some other engagements. It's been a pleasure connecting, you know, with you on TikTok, and then also on Facebook, on LinkedIn, YouTube, Instagram. I am most grateful that you are connected. Keep connecting and following me on all my social media handles. Feel free to ask questions whenever. When I have time, I respond to almost every question that comes through. I wish you all the best, especially you, the young ones, that embrace change, be futuristic. Next week, I'll be coming with this, futuristic. I'm coming with accountability. So accountability is key and important for every leader. So next week session will be on accountability. Until I come your way again, stay connected, stay with all my social media posting, and I will see you next week at 20:30 hours GMT. Thank you very much. God bless you and stay blessed. Thank you.